Hello and welcome to Ajax TV Cape Town. Today I'm joined by Sergio dos Santos, Head of Scouts at Ajax Cape Town, and former Kaizer Chiefs head coach and player, just in time for our Absa Premiership match against Kaizer Chiefs this coming Saturday. Sergio, thanks for joining us.
Absolute pleasure to be here, thank you.
Like I said, you previously played for the Amakhosi and coached them in '93. Just take us through that period and then going on to coach them, of course, a few years or 10 years later after playing for them.
Yeah, I joined Kaizer Chiefs in 1982, towards the later stages of my career. And it was just a dream, because Kaizer Chiefs in those days was a massive club. I mean, they still are a massive club, obviously, but they were a massive club. Average crowd, 20,000 a game, home or away, average. Fantastic club, fantastic heritage, fantastic history. And, you know, moving into a club of that caliber at the later stages of your career is a dream come true, because you don't expect it to happen. So I spent 3 wonderful years there, and certainly it was something that happened to me in my football career that just put the cherry on the cake.
How exactly did that move transpire? Because like you said, it was towards the end of your career. Were you thinking of retirement before moving, or were you retired?
Well, it was an interesting little story, if I may
because
I
remember you telling me this story on our way back to
Yes, in 1974 we had our first multiracial tournament in South Africa, where you had the white 11 and the black 11 and the coloured 11, the Indian 11 and the continental 11. I was captain of the continental 11 and Kaizer was captain of the black 11.
Okay.
We played against each other in Durban, and after the match, at the function, Kaizer came to me and he said, at this moment, he says, it's a matter of time before the leagues come together. If you ever decide to leave Hellenic, pick up the phone and make the call to me. He says, because I believe you can come and play for my team. That was in 1974. In 1981, I made that call. And a week later, I arrived, I signed, and I played that same week.
Like you said, it took a few years for you to make that call. Why did you wait so long?
Well, you know, in those days, we were not full-time professional footballers. We had a business. I had a hairdressing salon. And to leave was very difficult. I was married, I had children, I had my business, and so forth and so on. And then I actually gave up playing professional football for quite a few years, almost 7 years, due to circumstance, personal issues, and then decided to make a comeback, which was quite unbelievable. So it was a bit of a cheek on my part to make that call, but it just so happens that that possibility arose. I got the opportunity, I took it, and I spent 3 wonderful years at Kaizer Chiefs.
So I was thinking I didn't get my haircut at Sergio's salon.
That's why it doesn't look as good as it should, eh?
Next time. And Sergio, then you went on to coach them in '93.
Yes.
How was that experience? Obviously, quite a lot different from playing for them.
Indeed. You know, I've been very fortunate in that all the teams that I've played for, I've gone back to coach, which is quite exciting. And certainly Kaizer Chiefs is one of them. I was with Cape Town Spurs at the time. I had just got them promoted into the PSL. We had spent 2 years in the PSL doing very, very well. We finished the first year, I think, was in 7th position. The second year we finished 9th, we went a little bit further down. But I had a very, very young squad of players. And the owner of Cape Town Spurs at the time was of the opinion that he needed to get a different coach, a different mentality, which he did. And therefore I became available, and I got approached by Kaizer Chiefs to come and take over the team, and I grabbed the chance.
And 20 years after that, you find yourself at Ajax Cape Town.
Absolutely.
What exactly is your role here? Can you just expand for those who don't know?
Yes, well, what Ajax has done, and of course, you know, we have a relationship because of the Cape Town Spurs days and so on, and also when the current owners bought the club, I assisted them in rebuilding the team and so forth. So there's a lot of history between us, and they gave me the opportunity to get back into my passion, which is dealing with the youngsters in football. So I'm the head of the scouting department, but focusing predominantly on the junior level. And that is what I do. I have 15 scouts that work under my control, plus my chief scout.
Yeah.
And we look for talent all the time to strengthen the various age groups. And it's very, very exciting, because of course we grab the talent, we bring them in, and then we see them progress and ultimately come up into the PSL and whatever happens thereafter.
And just to switch focus to this weekend's game against Kaizer Chiefs, you know, there's only 6 points between us. I think 10 places. The league's very congested this year. What have you made of the Absa Premiership season, this season so far?
Well, you know, there's no doubt that the league this year is very, very exciting, because as you say, with the exception of, for example, Mamelodi Sundowns, who've got games in hand and they're already lying 5 points ahead.
Yeah.
Everybody else has got a chance to either go down or to come up. Just depends what the results are going to be. Certainly Ajax at the moment, although we are struggling, we are within striking distance. 1 win, 2 wins, and you can jump up 5, 6 places, 7 places. So this is going to be a very exciting game. And the league this year, I think, as what has happened is that a lot of the teams have got stronger. The smaller teams have got a little bit stronger. The big teams are remaining big, but the competition level is now changed.
Yeah.
There's a lot more competition from the bottom. So all of a sudden, the football has changed. There's more intensity. There's more individual flair. And I think that the league at the moment is in a very, very interesting position, because no one can categorically say that this is what's going to happen at the end of the season. So it's very exciting.
I think both teams have struggled for goals this season. I think Chiefs have only scored twice in the last 6 games, but they've kept 4 clean sheets. Do you think this will be another game where it's a 1-0 and hopefully not a draw but a win for Ajax?
Yeah, I think that Ajax Football Club, obviously, our problem is that because the boys are under pressure, because they're not doing well, they automatically go onto the field already in defense mode. They may not want to do it, but psychologically, once the game begins, it's automatic that the mindset gets into activation, and the activation is probably be cautious, be safe, don't take chances. So you're giving the opposition the initiative. But what we've done well so far this year, although we've been struggling, is that from a defensive point of view, we haven't suffered a lot of goals. You know, we keep on losing by the odd goal, and it's tight. It's 0-0, it's 1-0. So we're not suffering a lot of goals. We're just not able to score goals. That's our biggest problem. And Kaizer Chiefs has got the very same thing. They're not bad defensively.
Yeah.
They're not a bad team. I mean, Kaizer Chiefs is a top team, but they're struggling to score goals. And that's the reason why they are where they are on the log, and maybe not higher than where they are.
Yeah, obviously Jody February has kept 2 clean sheets in his last 2 games against Bits and Chippa. We're going to play in Moses Mabhida Stadium in Durban. We've seen Chiefs have a lot of fans, especially on the east coast of South Africa. What do you make of this home away from home? We've suffered the same thing last weekend. We had to play Chippa in Johannesburg. What do you make of it? And do you think it benefits Chiefs this weekend playing in Durban?
Well, you know, as I've said before, Kaizer Chiefs can play anywhere, because the support base is always there. So for them, it's a home game. For us, it's different because we're playing away from Cape Town. The one thing that I like, though, is just like last week against Chippa, is that by playing away from Cape Town, maybe the players are under a little bit less pressure.
Sure.
Because at home, the pressure is different. So that's a good thing. And in Durban, I can assure you that as big as the crowd's going to be in favour of Kaizer Chiefs too will be under pressure, because they're not doing well at the moment. They're not scoring goals. They're not playing the kind of football that is expected of the Kaizer Chiefs. So they're going to be under pressure. And I think our boys, the motivation for them is twofold. The first one is the fact that we won against Chippa, which a lot of people didn't expect. We won against Chippa. So the motivation is going to be very, very high. The self-belief and collective belief of the team must be better, because once you've won, the mindset changes a little bit. So that is very, very good. And the final thing, of course, is the fact that Kaizer Chiefs is expected to win.
Yeah.
We are not, because we're supposedly going away from home. But this is the last game before the break. And the boys will know that the result here, 3 points, will catapult us probably 4 or 5 places.
Yeah.
So this is going to be a very exciting game.
Yeah, obviously we play 6 games in January, so very important end to the year. Will be great for confidence boosts going into the Christmas break. And yeah, which players would you single out for Kaizer Chiefs? A guy like Shabalala, of course, Bernard Parker, plenty of experience. Is there any players that you think we should keep an eye on, especially?
Well, let's start with the good news. The good news is I believe that Willard Katsandi is suspended.
Former Ajax Cape Town player, of course.
Former Ajax Cape Town player. And he's the catalyst of the team. You know, he is a very influential player because he's such a hard man. He does all the donkey work while the others around him play. So he's important. He's not going to be playing. That's a plus for us. The other one, of course, is a young boy, Joseph Malongwani, on the right-hand side.
Yeah.
Very exciting. He's coming
playing
to the
as
team.
a right wing back as
playing as a right wing back. He's got tremendous space. He's an exciting player. Reminds me of the days when I played for Chiefs, when we had these youngsters coming into the squad and really doing superb football. So he's not going to be there either, also suspended. That's also very, very good news. So now it's a matter of, on the day, which team is going to minimize the mistakes in the right areas of the field, which obviously will be either up front, if you create an opportunity and don't put it away, or at the back, if you slip up and allow yourself to be exposed, you're going to have a problem. Because Kaizer Chiefs has got, although they're struggling, they've got a lot of quality in their side. And in their team, players like Shabalala, I mean, people keep on saying that how long can he keep on going? He's an old man.
Yeah.
He's the catalyst of that team. He's a very, very important player, exciting player. Bernard Parker, another one, also not playing regularly, but when he comes on, he's going to make things happen. Sure. He changes things. He's that kind of player. So those two players, for me, are the two main players. I don't think that they're going to be too much of a threat towards our defense.
Yeah.
The threat will come from the midfield. Our midfield has got to be very focused and make sure that they minimize the mistakes, and they've got to stop giving the ball away so easily. We give away too much possession in the midfield, and if we don't sort that out, I think we will be exposed by Kaizer Chiefs.
Awesome, thank you very much, Sergio. That brings it into Ajax Cape Town TV, this episode of Sergio dos Santos, former Kaizer Chiefs player, former coach at Kaizer Chiefs as well, and our head of scouts at Ajax Cape Town. We hope for 3 points and end the year on a high. You can catch us live on Saturday evening. Game kicks off at 8:15 at Moses Mabuda Stadium. Thank you very much.